balls are coming from inside your butt.
The killer's in your ass.
Fucking
dude.
love that horror movie.
It's a great horror movie.
Killer ass. It's just,
dude, it's just at the end of the movie, it's just a lady completely insane. She's like, there was a killer in my ass the whole time. And she's babysitting.
it's like, no, the twist is that your ass is killer.
No, actually, babe, you got a cake.
You gotta fuck it.
That's just a paramedic grabbing her butt, biting it. Like,
yeah. It's
just
like dying. He's like, oh, fuck.
That's how it's kind of how Teeth is. You saw Teeth
yeah.
with a killer vagina, which
Well, this one's the killer butthole.
I think I would be, to tell you the truth, if I saw a pussy with teeth in it, not that I wouldn't be concerned. I'd be like, whoa, gnarly.
Yeah.
But if I saw a butthole with teeth in it, I'd be like, you're from hell.
Yeah.
Like, you're a demon.
That is, I think I seen this in Doom. I like
Your butthole looks like the Snarlack pit.
Yeah. Just, honestly, if I saw teeth in any orifice, I'd be like, all right, I can make it work.
I mean,
I'll just fucking figure it out.
So wait a minute. Would you be more thrown off if you saw a pussy with like a snaggle tooth, or would it be perfect teeth if it was a perfect set of teeth?
No,
like, whoa.
if it was perfect teeth, I'd be like, fucking, who's your dentist? Who's working on that?
That's a pussy that flosses.
Who's working on that one? Yeah, right.
She's got an electric toothbrush, but it's also a
those veneers.
Dude, Steve Harvey teeth on a pussy would look fine. Would be, now that's terrifying.
Just like Steve Harvey starts talking.
Every time you're fucking it. He said, he said, take it deeper.
Hey man, it's the feud that I'm all about.
It is nuts, but yeah, I was so how much do you think when I went to the dentist, how much do you think they told me at the end?
Oh my god.
Because
so I know it's more than 3,000.
Without a doubt more than 3.
I'm going to go ahead and say 6,000.
No.
Too high? Too low?
Too low.
Holy shit, dude.
So when I went to get a consultation, I also found out when a lot of people were giving me a suggestion like, yo, go to a dental school, go to like, Temple or UPenn. The problem I found out is that you need a referral from a dentist. So you have to go to a dentist without insurance, pay them just to be like, oh, that's bad. Now go to these children who don't know anything, who are under the supervision of someone who does.
I know this real dumbass over at Temple. He'll fucking do it.
This one blind guy. He's the Ray Charles of dentistry.
Look, if you're trying to save some money, there's this kid's fucking moron.
It's just him holding a pair of pliers like,
yeah, right. It's like the kid that made like the fucking volcano in science class.
He doesn't. He's like Goodwill Hunting, only retarded.
Yeah. Wait, I thought he was.
You thought Goodwill?
I need to rewatch that movie.
You gotta go back. He's actually pretty smart.
Oh fuck.
It's not Goodwill. Okay, Bob Hunting.
I feel like that way about Rain Man too. Like people are like, man, there's like that movie about that really smart guy, and I'm like,
well, no, Rain Man's retarded.
Oh.
No, Rain Man's retarded, dude.
It's like, what's eating fucking Rain Man, dude? It's like,
he can't do anything. Holy shit. This is the Ed Podcast with Ryan Shaner. I'm joined by the one and only, the Laluantic, John Lalu.
Woo!
Thank you for being with me on the show.
Out of my
here.
mind.
Do you have anything to plug for anybody listening? Anything
plug in? No, I mean, well, I got a show tomorrow up at fucking Fergie's Pub. That's gonna be a fucking
sick.
That's gonna be get drunk and just watch me talk about shit, or catch me on the hard times.
Oh yeah,
doing video game news.
Oh, video game
jokes.
Video game jokes for the hard times.
Yeah, do that. I do that.
What's the last video game you made fun of? And I swear to God, if you say Kid Chameleon, I'm gonna fucking kill
No, Skyrim actually.
Skyrim.
Did
you make a Skyrim job joke?
Dude, I wanted to.
you wanted to?
Yeah, like the joke was basically how much money can one video game make?
Is Skyrim?
There's multiple editions.
How many Skyrims are?
I honestly can't even. Well, it's the same game. They just keep releasing it. It's like that
What?
HD remaster, and then there's
that's
the golden
bullshit
version, and then
what
there's
do you get different with all of them besides, I guess, like better quality?
yeah, that's it. Just better quality.
That's gay.
They're like, well, your computer does 8K. Now we got the 8K Skyrim version full price.
Why would it? Why?
And
would
everyone's just
want
like,
that?
Skyrim's the greatest game of all time.
I've never even played it. So you're? I can hear. I've never played it. You're a Viking.
You could be anything. You could be a lizard person. You can be a cat. I'm always a cat because I'm not a furry, but I'm.
Could I be? Could I be a black man in this game?
Yeah, you could be a black man in that game. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You could be
black man breaking the Skyrim.
Yeah, right. Just it's lit. That's the cover of the game. It's just a dude dunking on the sky. Yeah, NBA Jam style.
It's like the cover of Double Dribble.
Yeah.
Just with a big like Viking headpiece on. Just fuck.
Like his fucking 2 feet just straight in the fucking camera.
That'd
just
be
like
so sick.
Bam! It's got to be the shoes.
How
It's gotta
how long have you been working for the Hard Times?
Oh man, since like 2017, I've been
Wow.
writing. I've been writing,
I didn't know that. That's a new fact.
pumping them out.
I didn't know that. I thought the Hard Times, not that it went under, that I just hadn't seen any Hard Times articles, and I don't even know why or where.
Yeah, no,
that's
I
what
mean
saw.
they usually do a lot of like music stuff, and I
Yeah.
think it's split up. I think there's like the Hard Times and the Hard Drive. It's like two different.
Oh, the
but same-
Hard Drive.
But I mean, it's all hard. I'm fucking hard right now talking about it. I'm fucking.
I'm gonna start one called the Limp Times. Dude.
Yeah, the limp.
It's just all about how video games are gay. And you're
Lukewarm.
gay, and you're gay if you play them. Yeah. You are so stupid paying this money for it.
A majority of my articles.
That's just how dumb everyone is.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I know when what did they release? The fucking what was it? Grand Theft Auto 5, like the Quattro Platinum Edition. That I was trying to figure out like what the difference between that was with the regular game, and someone's like, yeah. The only thing someone did say is like, yeah, well, like when you go to the strip club now, the tits bounce.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that he said.
And they make over $1 billion a year.
That's, dude, and don't get me wrong, I'm all for tits jiggling.
Yeah.
I'm all for tits jiggling.
And they
video
got the
games.
jiggle.
I only mean Dead or Alive when you could raise the age to 99.
Oh my God, yeah.
And they were just falling all over the place. I remember I rented that game with my younger brother when I think we were like maybe 13 years old. And like we were playing it, and my mom, she was like living in her own world, and video games were like, if they're not doing anything stupid, I don't care what game. Like there could have been a video game where the whole point of it was to fuck a dog.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, well, at least they're in the basement playing video games.
Dude, my mom was the same. I remember getting Grand Theft Auto San Andreas when it came out. I remember not going to school that day, and my mom was like, all right, I'll buy you this stupid game. And the dude tried to talk her out of it, and she's like, just bring up.
What a puss.
Yeah, he was just like, I don't think your son should be playing this game. And my mom literally was just like, just ring up the fucking
I don't think you should still be working at Sam Goody, faggot. Like, shut up.
you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, like, what?
Oh my God.
you.
It was insane, man. Like it was so crazy. And I remember, like my childhood was ruined because of video games.
It's
because
you know what? I will say how ruined could San Andreas, how old were you when San Andreas came out?
oof, I was in high school.
Okay. So then your childhood's not ruined.
But after that game came out, I got a lot of detention for like choking kids.
You were calling everyone the N-word.
Yeah, and I was like,
sorry.
GTA motherfucker. Just like fucking.
You somehow have two sawed-off shotguns walking down the street. I mean, I guess those games can influence people, but I don't know. I was never like, at no point in time, I remember when Mortal Kombat 2 came out, and there were people that lived on my block that like had a Sega Genesis, and they're like, oh, you you can get your mom lets you rent Mortal Kombat 2. I'm like, yeah. Why wouldn't she allow me to rent that?
I'm him, dog. I'm that fucking badass kid.
I think I was more like, what's so bad about Mortal Kombat 2? And it turns out it's just I was bad at Mortal Kombat 2. So everyone who was like, yeah, dude, you can rip all eyes and skull. I'm like, what?
I can't do any of that.
Dude, I'm still doing that. I'm doing the low kick. I'm like, I can
keep like doing like the dribble punches.
Dude, I was like, yes, this is the sickest thing. I thought just the blood was like, oh, that's all you're complaining about is digital blood.
Oh, bless you.
Like that's so stupid. Yeah. And then this one kid, Joe, who lived down the street from me, who was like, dude, he was one of those guys, almost like Butterly, like just picks up a controller and somehow idiot savant knows everything.
Just figure it out.
And dude, the first fucking fatality that I saw, like he came over, he's like, oh fuck, can we hang out? I'm like, yeah, dude, come over. So like we're playing Mortal Kombat and I'm like, yo, I know how to, like, I think I picked Reptile because the only thing I knew how to do, and I still know the button, it's back C.
Fuck yeah.
If you do back C, you will spit acid.
Reptile's badass.
And then I thought that was like the move. I'm like,
yeah,
you ain't ready for this acid spit.
Yo.
Like you aren't ready for shit.
Dude, you're probably sitting there all giddy like, yo, I'm going to fucking spit on
dude,
this
I honestly thought it was like, I'm going to fucking rule. Like he doesn't know anything.
He's like, Brr.
Dude, he picks Baraka.
Oh my God.
I do the acid spit right off the bat. I show my cards right away. Immediately. I don't even like kind of do some kicks. I'm like just spitting at him. And he like ducks it, then gets in front of me. I jump and he does the thing. I don't even know what the move's called. But Baraka, he takes his blades out and does this, and you get like frozen in the air.
The quick chop.
And I'm like, no, it's like where you're like frozen. He doesn't like get you yet. He like you freeze in the air. Man. And then he jumped up and like hit me with a blade. I'm like, all right, that me once. Yeah, like, all right, that's enough of that.
That's insanity.
I started getting mad because he just knew all these fucking moves, and then at the end it's like finish him. I'm like, all right, so you're gonna do that. You're just gonna do the uppercut, like we all do.
Yeah.
No, he fucking puts his blades in my stomach and lifts me up, and like my body's twitching and sliding down. I'm like, I can't. I almost pulled the cartridge out. I was like, this is fucking bullshit, man.
You're just like, oh,
you can be better than me at Mortal Kombat 2 in my own home.
Dude, I had that happen a couple times. I get like, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I get like a good cry in there real quick. But it's like the type of cry like your dad would do, like when he would never.
Oh yeah, just the real mad and one tear, like like eating like wings that are too hot. You're just,
your buddy's like banging on the door, like, you good in there? And I'm like, no, get out of here, man.
Dude, and then
you should go home.
But when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. And then it was like him just cutting me in half with Kung Lao's hat and
my God,
punching me off the bridge, and I'm falling on spikes and shit.
Dude, I love the Johnny Cage, just the nut smash.
The nut smash is
split nut smash.
Danny, didn't you say you got in trouble for using the nut smash? Is what you got?
Yeah.
That's
my grandma saw that and she was like, absolutely.
It wasn't the blood. It wasn't the acid spitting. It was the hitting in the balls. Where she's like, no, this is too much.
Boys should not get hit in the balls.
That's not what I like. I did like that you could also hit women in the balls. Though.
Yeah.
That was the first time I was like, maybe all the chicks in Outworlds have wieners. And then I stopped being attracted to them. I was super attracted to katana, and then I saw that she may have a fucking flesh katana, and I was like, no fucking way.
I had an older sister, and like I remember I did that, and I was just like, hey, question, does it hurt? And she was just like, not really, not like the way you react when I hit you in the balls, but
you know how when I kick you directly in your nutsack and you cry?
She's like, you're out for the whole day.
Your month's ruined.
Yeah, like
nothing. I just get another fat lip. That's about it. Nothing else happens to me.
Yeah,
but
right.
the fucking the blood and the fatalities that happened in Mortal Kombat. I remember
genius.
Kids,
by the way,
parents were like, this is too crazy. I remember even watching the news, like, is it too violent? And really what blows my mind is this is where I want time travel to exist, is like, imagine taking Mortal Kombat 1 back to 1995.
Yeah.
And then showing them anything that happens in that game.
That'd be great.
Just someone ripping someone in half and then pulling out their heart, farting on it, and then shoving it back in their brain. The fatalities for Mortal Kombat are in fucking sane now.
Yeah, they really are. And I think like I was reading an article how there's like all the developers essentially like have PTSD
From the fatalities?
from
What?
working on it. Yeah, like the
Come
one
on.
guy was saying he's like, I've clocked in like over 1,000 hours of just like skulls breaking and like hearts exploding and like fucking rib cages ripping apart.
I mean, I guess that is. Here's the thing, though. I'm not saying that doesn't give you. Maybe that's just PTSD of working too much. I don't
Yeah.
think it has anything to do.
Yeah,
with
that's just crunch
Yeah,
culture.
that's just crunch culture. We need a 4-day work week, dude. We need to calm down, dude.
Yeah, honestly, if I had a 4-day work week this week, I took a PTO day and I was just like so happy but angry. I was like, why do we work 5 days a week?
Why do we work 5 days? Because of Henry Ford, dude. He really
Dude.
is, dude.
I mean, I think we worked way more before Henry Ford. He's like a savior, but also an asshole.
I mean, that whole Jew hating thing he's like, he did have some good ideas.
He was
with
ahead
the
of his
assembly.
time.
You know, he was thinking he was like on fucking X Games mode.
Dude,
that
he
shit.
knew how things were going to go, man.
I think, we were working more, I guess, but the 8-day or the 8-day,
It was,
the
fucking
7-day
Beatles.
work week. You know how it is.
Yeah,
The
Paul
Beatles-
McCartney actually wanted to
It's so
introduce
fucked up.
another day.
He's like, make the world turn slower.
Yeah, right.
Give me another day.
Oh, John, let me come jerk you off or something. They would beat each other off. You know that, right?
No way.
Yeah, that's why they were called the Beatles. I remember watch. No, I swear to God.
No way,
I
dude.
swear to you, this is true.
Was it
that
called Abbey Load?
Abbey?
Was that the first? The first.
The White Album is just cum.
It's like Load from Metallica. That's my man.
Dude,
Juice.
Paul and John would have
No way.
circle jerk sessions. And
Well,
like,
wait, Paul and John. That's not a circle jerk. That's just sword fighting.
all right. Well, I don't know
You
if like
need-
Ringo.
you-
I'm sure Ringo was there.
Yeah,
What's
maybe.
the other dude? I don't forget.
George Harrison.
Harrison. Oh yeah, that's right.
George Harrison. He's the best.
I'm not a Beatles fan.
You don't have to be a Beatles fan to know that George Harrison's the best.
You want to talk about Limp Bizkit though? Fucking
John Otto, dude.
dude, John Audio, take him to the Matthews Bridge.
Dude, we could go to West.
You want to talk
Borland,
about a
dude?
more iconic band? Yo, I think Wes Borland is like the best musician in modern time. I think nobody beats him. I don't give a fuck.
Nobody beats West Borland.
He's the best.
So wait, he had that shitty side project.
Watch your
band.
mouth.
He had that shitty side project band. I think it was called Blacklight Burns.
Something like that.
Yeah,
it was awful.
It was, so stupid, dude. And I remember because like everybody in the suburbs, definitely like you were a Biscuit fan. You were a Biscaholic.
Oh my
dude.
God. I just, the amount, like between Grand Theft Auto and Limp Bizkit, man, they had to like reinvent detentions for me. Like they were like, I was in like high school solitary confinement.
You just had a red cap all backwards, like.
They were literally like, just don't come in for like 10 days.
That's how many times you've been suspended?
Oh my God, a bunch. Honestly don't remember. But the best one though was when they raided my locker and they thought they found a gun, but it was an umbrella.
Did the umbrella have a clip in it? What the fuck?
No,
How
it
do you
was-
confuse a umbrella?
It
Was it one of the small ones?
Yeah, it was like the small one, and it was like, honestly, it was like kind of shaped like a gun, but like,
I'm so confused.
the principal literally like opened it. My locker was a mess. Like all this shit came out. Like he opened it and just fucking
It was like a movie from the 80s.
Basically, yeah. And I had long ass hair, and I had the chain wallet.
No. School shooter.
Yeah, no, seriously. And this was like in the height of that. And the principal literally jumped back. And I remember like verbatim, I was just like, calm down, cowboy. Like fucking relax.
You pick up the fucking,
Like fucking
the safety's on.
yeah,
Shut
it's not
up.
even raining, brother. I fucking put the
You put
umbrella.
the umbrella to your head. Fucking goddamn fuck.
He's gonna do it.
Dude, I'm trying to think. The only time I mean, I was suspended my senior year. I was one suspension away from expulsion, and I remember the last time I got suspended was because I ran for school president.
The fucking turnaround story.
Dude, I wanted to be. I wanted to be it after I got nominated, so I didn't want to be the president. I didn't even give a shit.
I don't think anyone wants to be president.
Oh no, they did. There was a couple that definitely wanted to be president.
Yeah.
And there was a guy, Dan Fender, who he nominated me while I wasn't even in class. I was making up gym, which I wasn't making up gym. I would just take gym if I didn't want to go to a class.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I came back to get all of my shit that I just would leave in a classroom because I didn't have a locker. I didn't use lockers.
Oh,
ever.
wow.
My whole thing was if I can't get my locker open the first time I try it, I don't use it all year. Dude, every time I'd be like 10, 16, and I hit it one time, like, nope, not for me. I'd never used it. And one time in 10th grade, I got an award for cleanest locker. And I was like, because I never used it. I never used the locker.
There's nothing in this thing.
Dude, people would open at the end, dude, and the hallways are filled with garbage. And they're like, yo, you have to clean out your locker. And I was like, oh. And my homeroom teacher would have like a list of all the locker combinations. I'm like, oh, what's my combination again? And she'd give it to me, and she's like, well, how do you not know your combination? I'm like, I never use it. She's
That's
like,
so
What do you mean? And I told my girlfriend that. She's like, where did you keep your books? I'm like, well, I mean, there would be sometimes. One time I remember I actually got in trouble because they thought you had a gun with your umbrella. They thought I brought a bomb to school because I would go into the cafeteria and I would leave my backpack under this back table that no one ever used. So I just shoved my shit there. And then someone thought that they heard it like vibrating or something. And they're like, there's a bomb in that bag.
Yeah.
So they went through it and they found like my books with my name on it. And I got called to the office and I was like, and they had all my shit all over this table. And like, there was like drawings that I had done with like, just, like, basically.
That's unnecessary.
They were just, there were some pretty inappropriate.
Get some boobies in there.
Dude, I would draw Sonic with tits. I would just,
honestly,
I just draw,
who did it?
And I think I also tried to draw one of my teachers naked. So it was definitely like, they just had this like picture of like Miss Rathmel. I was like, yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh my God.
And they're like, I was like, what the fuck happened? And they were like, well, we thought your bag was a bomb. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's so
Why would anybody do that? I was like, if I was going to blow up the school, I would just blow up the school. Like I started to admit, I was like, if I was going to come, I did an OJ if I did it. I was like, I would come in with a grenade and I'd take out this. First.
Yeah, like I'd be a little bit more assertive.
A little bit craftier.
No, that's
Give me
funny.
more credit.
I have been in that situation though with the lewd drawings.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. I had this like huge crush on this girl in high school and like dude, she like
drew her naked?
No, I didn't draw her naked, but like she like jokingly was like, I bet you won't draw me some hentai. And I was just like, because I drew a lot, and then like in our class she was just like, you should draw me some hentai, and I was like, I'll fucking do it. And so I went home like locking my bedroom door. My parents were like, it's time to eat, and I was like, leave me alone.
I'm drawing tentacles in an asshole.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Did you draw her hentai that she got? She's like, oh my God.
No, she thought they were hilarious.
Oh, okay. I was
like,
hoping that would happen.
But like, I remember showing her on the bus, and then she's like, here, you can keep them. And I was like, no, they're for you. And she's like, no, you can keep them. And I was like, oh, fucking damn it. I got to go to class with her. And sure enough.
Wait, how many drawings was there?
A bunch. It was like 6 or 10 or like maybe 20. I don't know.
It was an entire spiral ring binder.
It was a whole fucking series. And then but I'm in math class and I'm like, this folder is like burning a hole in my backpack. And sure enough, like she's like, all right, take out your math homework and stuff. And I pull out the wrong folder. I literally opened it up and like the teacher, I'll never forget her face, like her eyes like fucking peeled open. She was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Now, here's what I will say. Did anything happen to you? Did you get in trouble?
Oh, I got in school suspension. That's where they put you in a special classroom.
I've been there. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
They put you in the classroom with kids that still wear dirt bike gloves.
Dude, I was
like, what do they got you for? And I'm like, hentai. And they're like, gay.
no, check it out though. They're like, no, that's gay, dude.
Yeah, no, seriously. I remember the kid was just like, yo, John's gay. And then like at the end of school, he's like, dude, can I get some of those?
Dude, that's how I was gonna say it always turns out like that, dude. When a dude who thinks he's tough sees you draw, like, yo, you're an artist, you're gay. Are those tits, dude?
He's like, yo, you want to, I don't know, stop by my house and
actually,
maybe
can you just like
$1 drawing?
Dude, I would draw. What I would do is I would take like, cartoon characters that I like, people like, especially Lola Bunny. Lola Bunny was a big seller.
Oh my God, yeah.
I would try and draw her. Now
that was a huge seller.
I wasn't the best at it. Because I was like, I tried to make them look way more real. And then I was like, I would also experiment, like, can I like maybe make them look like rabbit tits? So I was like, what are rabbit tits? And one time I drew her tits, they were so furry and hairy, they like looked retarded. But I drew the nipples, like, I was so detailed with these nipples, dude.
Yeah.
That's where like I found myself like, maybe I should take a break, dude. I'm
honestly
gleaming the cube.
Yeah, no, I took a break after, so the dude that I sold him to, I found out he stole my bike.
Oh,
and I tried to I was like, dude, I'll draw you all the hentai.
He put you on a hentai payment plan for the bike.
But he was like,
dude,
he like swore he didn't have my bike. And I was scared of him because he had a gun. And I was just like,
are you sure it wasn't an umbrella?
No, it was a real gun.
Did everyone...
That was the thing, man. Bring your gun to school. That was like
you guys had guys who brought guns.
We had a couple of that. I had they forced me to testify.
What?
Yeah.
At gunpoint?
Yeah, at gunpoint. No, it was a kid on my bus, and he literally like pulls out a gun and like pointed it at one of the kids he was like beefing with, and I was like 2 seats behind the guy. And then this like super religious dude, I'll never forget it. Like they called me into the office and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then they're like, hey, did you happen to see anything weird on the school bus yesterday? And I was like, nope.
Like a G.
And then they're like, all right, go back to class. And then I guess they pulled more kids off the bus. And one of the kids was like, no, John Lalu definitely saw. And I was like so fucking mad. And I remember me and my friend that sat next to each other were like, can you believe this fucking shit? They ratted us out. We didn't even have the gun. And like the principal was like, I'm so mad that you wouldn't have just said something. And I was like, oh, you're so mad? I'm the fucking detention kids, remember? Like I'm the kid with the fucking...
You're going to go in there and they're going to be like, oh, you? The hentai guy?
The hentai guy.
Do you know what you're going to have to draw to get yourself out of this?
It was funny too because the cops were there and like they weren't there the first time, but the second time the police were there and it was like 3 cops. And then like when I walked in, the principal was just like, oh, this guy. And the cop was like, was he got a history or something? And he's just like, you don't want to know, man.
Dude, there was one time, speaking of like getting busted for drawings, I didn't do it. But I was like, what a crazy thing to get in trouble for. So this kid named Gary, who I went to high school with, he was, I'm not going to say that he had autism. Like this is back before everyone was like, yeah, autism back in the early 90s into the early 2000s was just like, you couldn't do anything.
Oh, it was
like,
Wild West.
You were like, when you're like, that kid's got autism, it was like, oh no, they need to be in special classes.
Yeah.
It wasn't like now where it's like, oh, I'm on the spectrum. There was no spectrum. It was like, yeah. You're kind of retarded or you're not.
Right.
But Gary was kind of...
Like, is he ESL or something?
Yeah. He's like, okay. He's like, he's retarded. Dude.
No, they did that to me. They put me in ESL and they're like, so English isn't your first language? And I'm like, no, it is. I'm born in America. And like the teacher was like, oh, all right.
Oh, you're just kind of retarded.
You sure about that?
Oh.
Como se dice, I'm retarded.
Loco retarded. No, this kid Gary, who was like, I'd known him for a while, all in elementary school, up into middle school, and when we were in high school, he was in one of my business math classes, and I remember the teacher was walking around the class, and like he would draw on his binder a lot, but I guess I never knew anything about him that much. I never hung out with him, and he was never in any art classes, so I didn't know he dabbled with little doodles.
Whoa.
But he had drawn. And the only way we knew it was the girl in the class is because he had like an arrow that pointed and said, that said her name. But he
had like the seating chart.
Dude, it was so crazy. But he drew her upside down and he was hitting her butt like a bong. And I don't know if he was like trying to get caught or not, or like I don't know.
Oh my god!
Because it was so ridiculous. Because it was like borderline like a stick figure, but not a stick figure.
Oh my god!
And he was just like, her head was like kind of on fire, and he had like a big, like a torch, but his mouth was like, dude, he looked like. You ever seen like an old drawing of Louis Armstrong blowing into a trumpet?
Blow, daddy, blow.
And like there was just like weird smoke coming out of like the butthole. And he made her tits like draping over her face. It was so ridiculous. Dude, the drawing made no sense. But I remember he got like busted. Like the teacher was like, "What is that? Put that away." And she took it and like crumbled it up and threw it away. She's like, I don't need, that's smut.
Yeah.
That's smut.
Oh my God.
And then like, everyone's like, what the fuck? And everyone was like laughing at Gary. So we were like wondering what he drew. So then she was like talking to him after class. And this other kid named Zach went up and like took the trash.
I love this.
Dude. And we were
love
like,
kids
what
for this.
the fuck is that, dude? Like, dude, we were going to print it up and try to put it on t-shirts and like just have Lindsay's name on the side of it. It was so fucked up.
Like, I miss that. I miss the curiosity of being a child and just being like, I need to know what the fuck was up.
Dude. Part of me was like, can that happen? I was in ninth grade. I was like, can you put weed in someone's mouth and light it and then suck it out of their butt?
Wish I still ask questions like that.
There's no wonder anymore.
Yeah, like there's no wonder in life. I was like, can I smoke a bong out of an asshole?
There's no mystery of the world anymore, dude.
I'm gonna say that to someone now and be like, I want to suck your fart like a bong rip, baby.
And the belly button's the carb. You're
like go into detail.
I want to hit your butt like a gravity bong. Just push the cheeks down.
Just constantly getting unmatched on Tinder.
All right, we got fucking messages. You should honestly use that.
Let's go. Let's put them on.
You should use. I want to hit your butt like a bong.
I'm gonna
on
now.
Tinder.
I'm gonna.
That's a great, because you're either gonna get people who are all about it, or you're gonna get people who will swipe left and you don't need them.
Yeah,
it's like the chicks are like, hell yeah,
and they're always like, I match a lot of chicks that are like, they're basically like, what's your favorite art form?
Hitting butts like,
and I want to say hentai, but
hey,
I'm like abstract expressionism.
You should say abstract hentai. Cubist hentai.
Want to draw you like one of my Japanese girls,
you know. With tentacles coming out of your ass. If you haven't been giving the bedroom performances you want, wishful thinking isn't going to make your dick hard, but Hims sure can. Hims provides men with access to affordable sexual health treatments with a range of doctor-trusted options like chewable tablets, Viagra, Cialis, and their generic options for up to 95% less. You'll be winning in the bedroom and with your bank account. The process is totally online, and if you're prescribed, shipping is free. It's time to get Hims and get the job done. Start with your free online visit today at hims.com/theend. That's HIMS.com/theend for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/theend. The featured products include a compounded product, which are not approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription is required. See the website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. Now, back to the end. All right, let's go to the messages.
What up? Shout out Danny Dubs. I'm gentrifying a townhome in a previously particularly woke part of town.
Whoa.
You know, heavy pour on that sip. And I don't know, I was wondering if you guys could come do some comedy for a gender reveal party. I'm happening for a new washer and dryer I'm installing this weekend. Yeah, it'll be great. Anyway, let me know. Bye.
Oh my God, this man is working.
Wait, what?
That was a lot.
A gender reveal party for a washer and dryer?
In a woke part of town.
I mean, we could now, here's the thing. I wonder how many people would actually, if he put out flyers in that town and was just like, hey, I'm having a gender reveal party for like, I don't know like what my appliances are. Like I want to address them, but I don't know exactly what. I guarantee there would be at least 10 people who would be like, I totally know what you mean. Like, it's like one of these things, like I feel an energy with my appliances, and I think like my NutriBullet is definitely non-binary.
Like honestly, I feel like every washer and dryer is a piece of shit. Fucking low life.
If he just went, if he was like, no, it's not a gender reveal party, it's a race reveal.
Oh my God.
He just got everyone there. He's
Both
like,
my washer and dryers are white dudes.
Turns out these are Albanian dryers.
They're Eastern European white dudes that just want to fish. They don't want to clean anything.
Dude, putting really gaudy gold chains around your washer and dryer with like a really nice silk shirt.
Yeah, it
that
just ate up my Adidas tracksuit. It's just...
How'd that dryer die? It's like actually was whipping around in a Lamborghini in the sand. And it was
oh my God.
Saudi washer and dryer, dude.
Oh my God. I feel like, oh my God. Like my biggest fear is going to Saudi Arabia and dying of something car related.
Do you think that would actually happen in Saudi Arabia? I think
if I was in Saudi Arabia, I would like rent a car and then like flip it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it feels like it's cool to do that there.
What, to flip down a sand dune?
Yeah, like they'll crown me. Like
that's how they jump you into alcohol.
Like, yeah, like if I just like, if I take a car, do it like $150 and like,
dude,
just
they'd be like, he's king.
They're like, king.
He's a cool guy.
All the halal for him.
It was unbelievable. He flipped out. Yeah. He killed my wife.
They were like this white devil.
I know you guys are thinking.
Prophecy's true.
Blanco Diablo comes to fucking.
Yeah, I'm like speaking Spanish. Lo siento, my guy. I just bow to everybody.
Dude, you got it, dude.
I gotta stop.
I don't know how the world works.
Yo, I actually did that on a date with this
You
Asian
bowed
girl.
to a lady?
I felt so fucking dumb. I was like,
John?
I tried. I was like, I did a lot of karate growing up. I'm sorry.
And you're slowly moving the hentai behind you. Like,
she didn't need to see that.
I'm sorry. It is very weird.
Is it getting hot in here, guys? I'm fucking...
You guys sit down on the couch and a gong bangs. Like, oh, DoorDash is here. Sorry.
That's like my biggest weakness is
Asian lady?
Yeah, no, and just doing everything dumb around them.
I mean, I would love, I've said before, there was one thing I would love is if I ever went to like a restaurant and like I would love to get like really whimsical advice from a Japanese dude. Like really, like I would love to go in and then order food and he'd be like, oh. blown away by me or something like like he comes to take my order. He's like, "You are the prophet."
Just commits seppuku. He's like, I can't live anymore.
He's like, you are what we prophesied about.
I don't even. Is that Japanese? Sounds like
I don't know.
fucking.
It's half Schwarzenegger. It's
Yeah,
half,
right.
It's half.
It's like Austrian Japanese. Man. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the last samurai.
I mean, they easily could have made that movie. I don't know why.
I think he needs to be in more roles like that.
Arnold Schwarzenegger needs. I think one role I'd love to see Schwarzenegger in is I would love to see him as like a wigger. I would love to see Schwarzenegger, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That would be. Why doesn't that happen? It's like, would he be able to do it? Even as like in a funny movie, but like he's being serious, but he has cornrows.
Yeah, like, oh man, I'm just thinking like you really need a large T-shirt for that, like an extra
All the way down.
Yeah, what do they call those? Oh man, Ghetto Gowns. You remember that?
Yeah,
I
dude.
bought one because
No, you
yeah,
didn't.
I swear to God.
Why did you?
Yeah.
Did you to wear?
Yeah, to wear one.
How did it go?
It was great, honestly. It was great, all right? I remember it was when I first moved to Philly. I was 18. And I lived it was like 26th and Wharton.
All right.
And I was like, it's for the viewers at home, it's the hood. And I had my bike stolen out of my hands once. But I was walking home, and I'll never forget this. This black chick was like, she was like, "All right, white boy with the ass, come on over here." And then we hooked up.
Whoa.
And the next day, for some reason, I was like, "I'm going to the corner store and buying a fucking Ghetto Gown." And this is real. I didn't know how race worked back then.
You're like, this is me now. Yeah. Sorry, Mom. I got some hot chocolate.
Yeah, I got cubic zirconium earrings. I had the little like slash in my sideburns.
God damn, you look like you're like stage 4 Paul Wall. just Mom's like, what is wrong with you? Holy shit.
Yeah, I went home for the holidays. And I was like, "Yo, what up, cuz?" My mom's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
You know nothing about this shit. All right, we got one more phone call. Buying that shirt.
Happy holidays. Shout out Danny Dubs.
Whoa.
Ryan, the question we have tonight is there a wing of the government that has tried to put a targeting system on the things coming out of our buttholes? And if so, which branch of the government would that be? Anyway, later. Bye.
All right.
John, do you think there is a branch of the government that is monitoring our anuses and things that come out of it? And I will say, these two calls, I'm kind of impressed that no one sounds completely shit-faced, though the subject matter is only something that would come out of someone who is completely wasted.
Yeah.
What a wild end of the spectrum there.
Woke gentrifiers with their washer and dryer gender reveal party, and then we got government surveillance on
Do you think
butt excretion.
there is one thing I've also wondered about? Speaking of butt, do you think so? You know your fingerprints identify. Do you think your butthole has like the
Honestly,
the lines in the butthole are? There's no way your butthole is identical to my butthole.
I think we're onto something.
Like I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you,
please look this up.
Thank you, Danny.
Our butthole's unique.
They've got to be. They're the butthole.
Yeah, the old leather Cheerio.
Yeah.
The
Yes. human anuses are, what is that? Considered unique. So that means
Much like the fingerprint.
dude.
Yo, the
I'm
government's
on
on it, dude. Yo, can I opt for that? Like next time I commit a crime, I'm like,
like, hold on.
they're like, give me your fingers. Yeah, I'm like, no need, officer. Fucking-
Yo, give me a stinker print. I've been stinker printed, dude. Honestly, dude, we have things that look into your eyes because your
Holy
corneas are all
shit.
different.
Dude, I knew it. I knew Limp Bizkit was onto something.
Dude, the chocolate starfish. They just keep rolling and rolling and rolling out the facts, dude.
Oh my God.
He did take
Yo, speaking about facts with Limp Bizkit, did you know the last known documented footage of the World Trade Center was Limp Bizkit's music video?
They were there on 9/11?
Yeah, they were on top of the building performing.
No, what?
It was the music video. They weren't there on 9/11.
I was like,
Before 9/11.
so when they did Rollin',
yeah.
that music video was on top of the World Trade Center?
He was on the World Trade Center.
So he was they were the last known musical performance.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in my mind, I'm thinking Bin Laden was a huge Limp Bizkit fan.
He just had he was no wait. I don't think Bin Laden was a Limp Bizkit fan. I think he was more of a West Borland fan.
Yeah.
He was only West Borland.
He took break stuff a little too seriously.
He's like, this is just one of those days.
You know, I just pack a chainsaw, right? I'll skin that ass.
I think. Did you ever see that Bin Laden? The stuff they found on his laptop. There is one. I don't know.
Hentai.
There is some.
I know for a
porn.
fact they found hentai.
There's porn. Yeah, it's just John Lalu's. Dude,
I sold him. You better have kept that fucking gold.
knowing that you sold Bin Laden hentai would probably be. I don't think I'd never stop talking about that.
Yeah. They have to be tracking our buttholes right now.
There's, I would say, actually, Danny, I know how they're tracking our buttholes. And you've got one in your house, and you've been trying to get me to use it, and I don't want to use. That's what it is. It's the bidets, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's the bidets, dude.
Yeah, so what?
Bidets are so nice.
So what?
They can track my butthole.
I don't want the government in my butthole, dude.
Honestly,
How many sets of fingerprints do the police department have of yours?
Oh yeah, well. Danny, when you put it like that,
they have them like Topps cards. They're like, fuck, do you have Shane's butthole?
Dude,
The holographic.
I hope the next day they get my Dookie card. My butthole has a little cap and a little bat.
Yeah, the fucking dookie.
A couple of fart BIs. Oh, speaking of, dude, when you asked it twice, because I heard it on when someone was recording from Awful Wrestling, which you did a great job commentating.
Thank you, yeah.
I heard it. You asked it twice. And I was glad that because the first time I don't think anybody paid attention.
No.
Which pissed me off.
No, because I asked it and I look in the crowd and I was like, no one heard
No one heard it, but I heard it on the recording.
Yeah.
Because my girlfriend was recording the match. But you did ask if you fart out of your bussy, is it considered a beef or a queef? Which was wild because you asked it. I thought people would be like, "Oh, that's pretty funny."
Yeah.
But the fact that you asked it again twice.
No,
later.
I had to.
Dude, you had to get an answer.
And it was funny because I remember I stopped the show. And I literally was just like, hold on,
I know.
I was like, hold on, I have a question. In the middle of the guy that runs it, in the middle of his party priest, yeah. In the middle of his promo, I'm just like, hold on, I gotta ask a question. And it was just silence. And I remember seeing like this one girl's reaction was just like, oh no.
It was fucking great because of how retarded the whole show is. You asked that, and even everyone was like, "Shut up, man!"
Yeah, they were just like, yeah, we're not gonna ask him to do this anymore.
Why'd Lalu get fired? Bussygate, dude. He definitely
Bussygate.
It was, it's a bussy conspiracy.
So
dude.
unprogressive, man.
He didn't think. I thought it was a funny question just to ask a crowd.
I'm just.
Just to ask a regular crowd.
I
Like,
thought
hey,
that was a great question that needed to be answered.
I think it's Danny. Do you think if you fart out of a bussy, is it a fart? Is it a beef or a queef? If you get air inside of your bussy from fucking,
Yeah.
is it a beef or a queef?
I mean, if you're gonna change asshole to bussy, then you gotta change queef to beef. I'm team beef.
It's a beef?
I think it's a beef.
Really? Because I feel like you got to cook beef in the oven, right? And then you shoot it out the delivery hole. I feel like when you're fucking, that's how queefs happen.
Yeah, but I think if you get enough air inside of a butthole, and like if it's not gas from your not gas from your colon.
Yeah, it's not natural gas.
It's not natural gases, dude. It's unnatural gases. It's just air. Like if you blew into someone's butt
Yeah.
and they farted it back out, that's a
It's a good time.
that's a beef.
That's a good time, brother.
There's no way. You should also put that on your Tinder profile. Quick questions, ladies.
Yeah.
If now I'm assuming you've heard some
Hentai illustrator extraordinaire.
asking
Bussy beefer.
asking the hard hitting
Yeah.
questions.
Bussy beef anonymous.
Dude, that's a great Elder Scrolls Skyrim handle. Bussy Beef Anonymous.
That's my tribe.
Yeah, dude. We're Bussy Beef.
Bussy beef. Imagine yelling that before a battle. Like a group of dudes just going in there.
Dude, they're also, speaking of yelling things before battle, there had to be one guy during, like, when, like, Vikings would blow into that horn that sounds like death.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be one guy who's like, yo, check it out.
Oh, my God. 100%. 100 million percent. There's no way.
We can't bring Leif on these these rapes and pillages anymore. He keeps farting on the goat horn. Like, they don't talk about Viking pranks at all. Like, there had to have been goofy things that people were doing for their own entertainment in antiquity. I don't want to believe in antiquity, dude. I don't want to believe that there wasn't, because there's like, I think we've brought up before, you've seen the Japanese fart war paintings, right?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing. And it's like, I know that guy in 1530 was just like, like laughing to himself.
That's like my theory behind religion, is that like a bunch of scholars were all like, you guys are having too much fun with this life shit. We got to make some serious
We've got to make it scary. We got to make some serious rules that are also kind of like a dare.
If you're putting sticks up butts, you're going to hell. And
So
they're like,
here's
what's hell, brother?
So here's the thing: if you're gonna put a dick in it, but we're gonna cut the skin off of your wiener, and we're gonna suck the blood off.
Scare tactics.
I wonder if there is also one party moil, like a moil who's too like. He comes in, he's like, burr, 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 like just plays Panama.
Coming in, yeah.
I wonder if anybody's ever
the sea bag
between my legs.
Yeah, fucking. What
He comes in, he's like kicking like David Lee Rothstein.
There's got to be a dude that like he's like, I got it myself. I'll do it.
Look, I know what I'm doing. So I remember my first circumcision. What are you doing? Take get out of here.
Yeah, what a weird. How do we? I don't know. That's again like we're having too much fun, and someone was like, we gotta chop the extra skin off.
I don't know where the history of cutting foreskin. I don't know why that was like, yo, we got to do that. And part of me thinks that it was because of animals. I'm pretty sure we're like, yo, we're humans. But that dog has... I've never seen a circumcised dog.
Yeah.
Which also would be crazy.
That would be weird.
I don't...
Just 100% red rocket.
No, dude, it wouldn't be a rocket anymore, dude.
Just red.
It's got a red head. It's got a helmet, dude.
It would just look like a skinless sausage just hanging around. Just fucking...
Actually, I think it would look like the xenomorph when it comes out of the body.
Oh my God.
It's
like screeching.
Perfectly curved back. I've never seen a circumcised animal.
No, yeah, because
name one.
And honestly, I think it's that, or like it's just, I don't know, cleanliness. There's got to be some fucking disgusting wieners back then. Like,
I mean,
we're talking
smegma is crazy.
We're talking, yeah.
Imagine pulling your dick back and you have a whole onion ring full of cheese back.
Shit, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, like
it just comes out like a Sonic ring, just flopping on the ground.
Oh my God. Extra mayo on
it's just like, what is that? It's like, ooh, it's been a couple of days.
Jewish guys were like, look, we're not getting laid because of this.
Look, our wieners smell like a fucking restaurant. We need to figure this out.
Yeah, it smells like the floor of a Chili's. Chili's predates everything.
It's been around forever, dude.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Chili.
Did you ever hear the full song of that?
Oh yeah.
It's almost 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's
the best.
It is a crazy thing. There was a friend of mine who worked for Chili's when we were in high school, and they gave, like, apparently Chili's put out an album for Chili's. Baby Back Ribs was the number one single.
That's amazing. I wonder
but there was also songs about like jalapeno poppers and stuff. It's like, you gotta pop in right now.
Oh my God.
And they had 5 tracks.
That's beautiful.
Of Chili's based music.
They spent money on that.
And that's what I mean. Is like they must have had so much money willing to just shit down the drain and not improve on food at all. We could have better cooks.
Wendy's came out with a mixtape too.
What was on the Wendy's mixtape?
I think Where's the Beef and
Where's the Beef?
Where's the beef? Or is it a queen?
No, yeah, I think Wendy's has like a chili song.
Wendy's has a chili song?
Yeah, they have like a Chili's rap or something. Like Grandmaster Flash.
Wait a minute, what's that say? It says, does this say Twitter fingers?
Twitter fingers, yeah.
Rest in grease.
Yo, that is...
Oh my God.
I hope that's metal, dude.
Yo,
gotta be like,
my God.
Y'all ready to eat this non-frozen beef patty, motherfucker?
I hope I get in a fight with someone so I can just beat him up and be like, rest in grease, pussy. And I'll just piss on him.
Dude, that's something you say. That's something that someone says in an action movie after they uppercut somebody into a fryer.
Yeah, that's like Jean-Claude Van Damme would say that. Bloodsport.
Yeah, dude, that's like when Schwarzenegger tells a guy to cool off while he throws him through the vent pipe. Rest in grease? Wait, can you play Rest in Grease?
I need this in my
I
life.
need to hear what
I
this
don't
is.
know if it'll get us flagged, but we can figure it out.
I just need to hear some of Rest in Grease.
Rest in grease. Like, good Lord.
There's no way that's like an upbeat song.
I want that in my eulogy. May he forever rest in grease. Oh, it's like a trap song.
Get that work.
Oh, shit.
Red hair with some pigtails, better check the score of these meal sale. Now that's better, I'm so clever, my bar's chilly, better grab a sweater. You block my tweets, can't squash the beef, now you check my feet and your eyes swelling. How you love that? These straight facts, trying to take the swag, but we don't want it back. I'm a boss chick, and they hate with that, but we tried your food, where the flavor at? You number one, that's A-Joe. Why your ice cream machine always
Dude, this is like murder rap.
She just called out McDonald's.
It's queen when you need to say mo. Nope, That baconator go crazy. That spicy chicken go crazy. You can take a fried dip it in a sauce and still be so tasty. Them little tweets don't face me. No McDonald's be so lazy. Why? I know the reason you hate me cause I'm fast food's first lady. It's Queen Wendy up in this thing.
Fast food's first lady.
Y'all too chicken for this beef.
Queen Wendy.
Nugs for Carter retweet. Boy, you know you can't compete. On top of our game and see there's no stopping me.
This is fire, dude.
Jesus.
This is...
Red hair with my pigtails.
Dude, this is the last person you want working at a Wendy's.
Dude.
This is like, oh no, you're just a total bitch.
That's amazing. Yeah.
If you went up and tried to order a number 5, it's like, you don't even fucking know.
Yeah, they're going to fire her. And then she was like, wait, I got a rap song.
Who, does it say who sung that? Or is it just all under the Wendy's umbrella?
Queen Wendy? Yeah, no, seriously.
Queen Wendy's is the first lady. First off, I'm referring to Wendy's as the first lady of fast food
First lady
for the
of
rest of my life. Dude, the first lady of fast food? That is such a wild lyric.
Fucking rest in grease.
What? Dude, that was a diss track against McDonald's.
Yeah, no, seriously.
That is...
We beefing. That's the mixtape.
Oh, man.
Dude, this is like
When did that come out? That came out in 2018?
Whoa.
Jesus.
See, man, pre-pandemic, dude.
Dude, it was a
golden
wild
age.
time.
It was a golden age,
Take me
man.
back, dude.
Yeah, they heard this track and they're like, we got to spread some fucking virus.
Dude, Dude, I wonder if Dave Thomas was still alive, if he'd be like, what the fuck? Or he'd be like, yo, that's the shit.
Serious. I could see
Dave Thomas dunking his ass off a fucking hood of a car.
dude, I can see Dave Thomas getting work, dude. He's just getting fucking twerked on by like, he's got that goofy ass smile
Never
on him.
only my smile frozen.
He's like,
'cause
we
there's
got
so much
square-
ice on it. It's fresh beef.
He's like, got these square patties, but I got this tube steak for you.
Dude, Dave Thomas flopping a fucking hamburger wang on like a fucking thought behind the counter at a Wendy's.
Yeah, he's got to have a hog on him.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead, dude.
He had a hog
He
on
had
him.
a hog. Dave Thomas had a hog. Dude.
Rest in grease, brother. Like the coffin is just a fry basket and he's just fucking getting lower and starts bubbling.
Dude, instead of he probably is like you're flame broiled in hell, dude.
Dude, that is like that's gonna be in my will. I want
Just to be dunked into a fryer.
I want my dead body breaded,
dude.
and
That would actually be sick. And then you put yourself out in a fucking field and birds.
These birds will eat anything.
Oh my god, dude. Deep fried Lalu would be fucking
100%.
That would be the sickest thing in the world.
Put some cheese on it.
Dude, your eyes are little poppers. They fly.
They fucking put the cheese in my eyes.
Oh shit.
That's how you know I'm done when you see the cheese oozing out.
They're pulling your fingers off and there's a string of cheese. Holy shit. This has been the End Podcast with Ryan Shaner. John, thank you so much for being on the fucking show.
Thank you.
Make sure you call the hotline 833-443-5300. We'll address any comment, question, concern, or possible, government conspiracy about your butthole. And honestly, thinking about, look, I don't want to sound crazy, but if you got any butthole prints you want to send out.
You could trace them.
What?
They're unique. They're like fingerprints. We learned that.
Oh, I thought you meant, that's not what I thought.
Oh, you want me?
I was like, dude, using like a spiral graph. I was like, I don't know. You can
I'll find out who you are, brother. I'll find that butthole.
I need a butthole lineup.
I'm just going around town with a picture of a butt. Have you seen this?
I want a lineup. It's like number 5, step forward and fart, please. It wasn't him. All right, we're gonna switch it over to Patreon later.